back to the show. Although it's not constantly making headlines anymore, healthcare is one of the most controversial issues in the U.S. But what are the pros and cons in terms of cost and coverage of our current healthcare system? Ed tossed that question to Gerald Friedman, a professor of economics at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, and here's what he had to say.
Well, the system we have now is a mild fix of the previous system because it still relies upon most of the non-elderly population getting health care through private health insurance, usually provided as part of their work compensation. And we have a very large number, thousands of competing health insurance plans targeting different individuals. There's huge sums spent on administration. The idea of competing private health insurance is that competing companies will try to provide more efficient products. The problem is, and this works wonderfully for computers, where companies come in with different apps, different computer models, and try to make something better so that they can sell more and increase profits by selling more to more people. It doesn't work that way for health insurance. The way you increase your profits as a health insurer is through what economists call adverse selection. Not selling more, but selling to the right people. You want to sell health insurance to people who won't get sick. And you don't want to sell to people who will get sick. And that's the problem with health insurance in the United States. Private, for-profit health insurers try to screen so that they won't sell to sick people or to people who are going to get sick. And from there, you get the whole proliferation of different plans of administrative costs, and that's why American health insurance is so expensive. About a third of your health insurance dollar goes to administrative activities, 3 times the rate in Canada. The United States, healthcare costs about twice as much in the United States as in the rest of the world. But for all that, we spend twice as much money as other countries. We have worse healthcare. We have declining life expectancy for a big part of the American population. Maybe as much as half the population is declining life expectancy. Americans live 6 years less. Life expectancy is 6 years below what it should be, given what we're spending. 4 years less than it is in France. 2 years less than in Canada, which has a universal single-payer plan. So we're getting expensive health care with poor coverage and poor quality. That's what we're getting now. Obamacare fixes it a little by restricting what the health insurance companies can do, by expanding access so that about 10 million more people have access to health insurance. This is good. This is progress. But it's still moving in the direction of building up the private health insurance system.
Let me, because this is a whole topic in and of itself, but I want to ask you some other